Another video, guys. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than usual. I'm going to be going over my favorite maps. I'm going to start from my least favorite and work my way up. So we're going to start this off right away with my least favorite map being Sky Arena Drop Zone. Sky Arena Drop Zone, I mean, it's a cool map. There's not really, I mean, it's an original map. It's one from the start of the game. I like it for that. And then one thing I feel like it's just lacking in, and this is just on my opinion for how much I like to play on it, not like the designs or anything. I could make another video on that, not right now on this one. But it's kind of lacking, and it's too small for its own good. I mean, it's understandable why it's only used for gem collector, because free-for-all games, you'd have to limit it to like 8, like on the old graveyard, even though I feel like this is a little bit smaller than the old graveyard. And then there's so many places you could fall off, and those little ramps make it a lot harder. Not very good map for straight shooters. A little bit difficult with the ladders because of the way the walls are, because you have to be perfect and you can't get somebody directly if they're just up against the wall. Same thing goes for Sky Arena Pinball, but we'll get to that later. And I mean, I don't really have that much fun on it. It's just really just running around collecting gems is what I use it for, and not really much more than that. So on to the next map. The next map is Lava Pit. Lava Pit isn't really the best map. It's an open concept map. It's just way too open. There's not enough places to duck off, and I fall off of it way too often. Skill issue, but I don't like the fact that you could fall off of it so easy. Even with just minor mistakes, you're in the lava in many different ways. Sometimes you even spawn up here on this little rail part, and when you go to hit the jump, you go like that, and you land on the rail, and you fall back in. So you kind of have to turn around, which is kind of... It's always better safe than sorry. If it's a risky situation, I mean, you could go for that and get away without dying, but at this point it's better to die than and just give someone a point than to jump into the lava and dock a point for yourself. So that's what I don't like about that. I mean, it's a cool map, but it's not a really fun map. You can't get many trick shots off of it. It's a little... I mean, a simple map is something good. You'll see that later on. But something that's too simple, it's not always the best. It's not always the best case scenario. After that is Lava Pit CTF. The Lava Pit CTF, it's just Lava Pit, but 2, and then the only reason I'm doing that is because they actually put a little bit of effort into making this a little bit something, but still, it's kind of boring, and I mean, it's a cool theme. Like, if we're going off of design, it would rank higher than this, but it's kinda... I just don't like playing on it that much. It's hard for Capture the Flag because lobbers are pretty much impaired on the bottom. They're so weak, you know. You can't sit in a safe spot and get a nice lobber shot on the flag with something like a lobber nuke or cannons. It's hard to defend your flag like that. And then they made it a little bit too easy to get away. I mean, the thing about it is, you can get quick, short matches here of Capture the Flag. I mean, it's a good map for when you're getting, like, just complete Capture the Flag, not, like, win anything. because it's not easy. It's not the easiest way to ensure you could win. It's just if you have a good runner, because right here is like a little kill spot. You make it past there and you're pretty much set. It's that little cross in the middle. So that's what I don't like about that. Next, we're moving on to Snowshrine. I put this one above Lava Pit. I mean, it's a good map, but it's a little too big for what it is. And you can get trick shots off of it. There's that. It's not, and you can't really, there's places where you can fall off, but it's not like it happens constantly. I mean, it's a good map, like, if you're trying to avoid, like, you get a daily challenge that's complete a single player round without being smashed. You just go and you hide on one of the ramps with a weapon or something, and you're set. You can make it through like that. But these crystals are kind of aligned in a way where you can't get very many nice shots off of them. And once again, I feel like the map's a little big for what it is. I mean, what I mean by that is that the concept of the map, I think, is okay. But one thing I don't like, I mean, I would pretty much be happy if the map was just the inner ring. I mean, that's cool. The outside is nice, but it's not really high ranking. I don't really enjoy playing on it that much. It's kind of hard to explain why. So, on to the next one. The next map is Sky Arena Pinball. Sky Arena Pinball ranks a lot higher than Sky Arena Drop Zone for the reason that you don't fall out of it. It's like Sky Arena Drop Zone, but better made. Once again, it's an original map. It's an old map from the old game. And it's bigger too. Like, if Snowshine wasn't so big, it would be better. And if Sky Arena Drop Zone wasn't so small, it would be better. This kind of just took Sky Arena Drop Zone and made it better in quite a bit of ways. You have a lot more coverage here, not just 4 corners and one little sliver on each side. There's a lot of coverage, and every now and then you could hop up on one of the walls and get up there like that. And another thing is, this is actually a good size for what it is. The map is a good size for what it is. It's a lot easier to run around and get kills on this map. I mean, and it's nice too. I mean, we're getting so much, we're getting further away from, I hate the map. I kinda don't like the map. I kinda don't like the map. More to, I mean, I sorta like the map. It's not bad. It could be worse, but it could be better. But honestly, Sky Arena Pinball, I think it's the best it's gonna get when it comes to this. It's honestly, it's fun when you have it, because you know you could get kills on a lot of games and all that, but not really much more to be said on that. This is just on what I feel while I play on it. The map that you enjoy the most is the one that puts the biggest smile on your face. That's what I go by. Next, we're going on to the old graveyard. Yes, this one might be a little bit disappointing. The things I don't like about this, you'll see this in the other graveyards, but I think I'm making this up on the fly. So I probably will go to the graveyards. I'm just ranking the maps on what I feel I enjoy the most. The old graveyard, it's nice, but once again, it's too small for what it is. I mean, it's a great map to get a lot of kills. This is the map that I have my personal best on. It's a good map, don't get me wrong. But reverse is so slow. This is something that goes for all the graveyards. I don't understand why reverse is so much slower on this map than any other map. And it's kind of harder to break and everything too. It's harder to get going and it's harder to stop. Another thing about it is, which is also something in all the other graveyard maps, is the little stone paths. You see these stone paths and they give you that little tiny boost. Sometimes it's annoying when you have a straight shooter and someone's right in front of you and all of a sudden your rockets go up, which happens a lot more often than you would think, at least to me. And it's kind of annoying the way it does that. Another thing is, this is something that the new graveyard, the updated version of it, did right, is that they kind of spaced out the tombstones. It's a little bit of a minefield when you're going through there. It's hard to get through. I mean, one thing I wish they would have kept would have been the coffins. That was a good design choice. But we're going off of enjoyment, not so much... We're going off of enjoyment, not so much design. I like the little buildings they have around the graveyard too. There's that one corner where you could just go back there and chill. Honestly, not a bad place to be. And it's not really that bad of a place to be. It's just kind of hard to back up, and when you have straight shooters, those are the most annoying things you could get. And it's honestly not my favorite map. You'll see this with the maps that I have the most kills on. I mean, I get 16 on Sky Arena Pinball. That's another big kill map. And then for the next one is the map that I've had my kill streak, I've had my personal best on a single player free for all. It's Smash Island. The thing about Smash Island is, I feel like they need to bring down the player number a little bit, something to the old graveyard levels, because you spawn in. If there's not a box right in front of you, you're dead. Simple as that. You will not get away in a full lobby. I mean, when you're going, you're going. I mean, I got 17 kills right here on this map, 3 times in a row. I had that for months. This was my record holder for months. Just recently, I broke it on the old graveyard. Actually, the old graveyard is still one of the maps that is out right now. It's one of the public lobbies, and I broke it the other day. I think like a week ago, or no, not a week ago. I don't know, but it was pretty recent that I broke my personal best and I got 18 here. But Smash Island, it's just, I feel like it's too crowded, and they either need to drop the player numbers a little bit or add more boxes. Like some on those little dips down here, they could add like 1 or 2 more. Some around here, like if you're playing on a Teams game, right here, you'll see there's more boxes. Like that should be a permanent thing. And next, we're moving on to Graveyard. I mean, I like the fact that they opened up the gates so you could get out of it. You could go run around, you could go get... there's more opportunities, and they added elevation to it, which is another good thing. It's not just such a kill corner. It's because this is one thing that the old graveyard is. If you get straight shooters, it's kind of hard to dodge them when you're there, because there's no elevation. You just gotta hope someone gets lucky and hits the stone path and shoots up. but you gotta get pretty lucky with a lot of these. But when you're on the newer graveyard, there's elevation outside, you can go up, there's places to trick shot and everything. And then there's even minor parkour. There's minor parkour capabilities, like you could get behind the fence right there. And then if you have a speed bonus, you could climb one of the trees on this side of it. And honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Now, before we go back to the graveyard, capture the flag. We're gonna be going. Actually, hmm. Actually, no. I think the graveyard capture the flag comes right here. I like this one more because there's a lot of parkour opportunities on the little mountains and everything. You could hop on these arches and all that. You could cruise on the fence. You could go sneak into the base from the backside of the mountain or on top of the hill. It's kind of a good place for hat holder because there's so many places you could get away. You could hop off of the middle island and go underneath the bridge and all that. And once again, it has more elevation, which makes it so much of a straight shooter kill corner or a kill zone. And then, especially during capture the flag games, like I said on this, you could go around the back. I get the flag and I go around the back and I just troll people there. It is absolutely hilarious trying to see them figure out how to get me. Then all of a sudden you see them start trying to come around the back and they're falling into the lava or the water. Then and then when someone finally makes it, you push them off because they're probably not that good at parkour. They don't have that throttle control. And if they do, that's when you start running and you make your way around the back. It's very fun. It's very funny to me to just see. You could feel the gears turning in their head, trying to figure out how to get back there. So, now on to space stations. This is the double version. It's a laggy map. It's a very laggy map. Hard to play. And then there's so many ways to get in and out that it's kind of hard. I mean, if you have the right strategy and you got good enough aim, you can hold everybody off for a little bit. And then it's not hard to make sure they don't leave because the only 3 exits are on the sides. On that very end of them, the big where the boosters are. So it's a very cool map. I mean, it's got all the jump pads and the boosters and all that. It's a very cool map. I really like it. But the thing is, when it comes to this, I don't really have that much fun on it because it's more so that there's always somebody coming in and taking a flag. There's always somebody running away with it. That you don't really have much time to do anything else because the way teams mode is, you have to do all the work yourself. That's why I feel I don't really have that much fun playing on it. Because either I'm right here waiting for somebody to jump in and fire like that, or waiting for somebody to leave, or I'm on the jump pad doing the same thing. But one thing that it does sell on the good is that there's so many trick shot opportunities, even more than Space Station itself. You could jump off of the walls, shoot straight onto the platform. You could jump off of the big jump pad up here. And one time I actually shot through the window and I hit somebody with a nuke on the other side. It was absolutely marvelous. I could not believe my eyes. It's a very fun map. And then when the windows are there, no one even needs to know you're up there spying on them on their side. And if you have a lobber or cannons, you just throw it in the window because the windows are hollow. And it's so funny watching them to see where it came from. Sometimes if you're fast enough, while you get this jump pad, like you say you're going into it with spikes, this is the only way I've ever managed to do it. You're going into it with spikes, and then and then they disappear like right here, and you still have that speed boost. Oh, then you get like a nuke or something, and you go. Pew! One time I splash damaged a guy like that. It's a very, very hard thing to do, though. But the amount of trick shot opportunities on the space stations is incredible. Now, finally, on to the Sky Arenas. The Sky Arenas are so much fun. They are like the ultimate capture the flag games. I'm not going to be mentioning all of them, but Sky Arena tunnels, good elevation, good size for what it is. But when you're on capture the flag, it's kind of annoying when people come through the little tunnel and they're just right here because it's hard to guard up on them. But it is a little bit of a convenience if you know how to play your cards. You go and you get the flag and you go to the ramp and you go through the tunnel. Everybody's running this way trying to get you, and they're going to take longer trying to get there. And there's not very many. There's a lot of trick shot possibilities. You could come off the ramp and shoot under the tunnel with a straight shooter and everything. You get the cannon shots and all that. Hit them with the oldest trick in the book under the bridge and in the tunnels. But one thing I don't really like is that there's not very many parkour opportunities. I mean, you win the game and you could come through the tunnel and you could hop right here and get onto the middle. But that's about it. There's some cool shots you could get, but I kind of enjoy it. This one, Sky Arena Temples, it is a fantastic capture the flag map. One of the best, I might say. I think, in my opinion, this is number 3 when it comes to capture the flag. We'll get more onto that later. But it is something else. It's just truly the little ramps up here. You could hop there with the little speed bonus, even of the spikes or stars, and get the flag right there. You have these little platforms right here, so it's not like Sky Arena tunnels where you're kind of out of luck when someone's right here and you're down here. You have to come chase them. You're right here and you just shoot through the walls, but you have to pay a little bit more attention. Once again, you could hit him with the oldest trick in the book under here, but you could also hit him with the oldest trick in the book under here. And there's a lot of trick shot opportunities too, which I do like. And there's not that much parkour. I mean, Mole got on the roof right here. I like that little bit of entertainment where you're trying to do something. Actually, I tried to get on the roof. I got onto the roof and then I fell off immediately. I accidentally backed up instead of going forward. It was devastating. Yeah, but that's where that one ranks. Okay, on to the second best capture the flag map. Smash Fort CTF. This map is something. There's so many trick shot opportunities. I might say more than on the Smash Fort itself, but it's just a double-sided map. It's one of those maps that's double-sided, but it doesn't have a cool transition. I mean, they just cut a corner off of it and everything. So that's one thing about it, is that it's hard to get through there when you have somebody good guarding on it, because that is the ultimate stop-off. If you can see right there, nobody gets in, nobody gets out without your knowledge. If you have eyes right there. But that's another good thing about it. You can get good defense because most people don't know all the tricks that I do to keep people out of right here. The only bad thing is you could get sniped from across the map on the other side. That's what I say. So after that, I'm going to Sky Arena Showdown. This is the best capture the flag map. It's one of the original maps too. It's one of the oldest. It's an older map. It's from the original game too, and I really enjoy it. It's got good design. You could go parkour around the pillars and everything, get around the back. You could go right on that wall. You hit them with the oldest trick in the book underneath the bridge, right here and there, and all over the place. And then there's specific spots where you could shoot through right here and get to the other side. I figured that out in a pretty cool way. The best capture the flag map. I mean, you could see what's happening. If you keep your eyes right here, nobody's getting in, nobody's getting out. Once again, but it's adds some randomness to it. It's not like it's insta-death right here. It's you have this opportunity to come in through underneath here, over here, around these, in the between, around this side, around this side. There's so many more possibilities to get away. Then you could come around here and hold off right there. You could come straight through like that. You could come around, or you could even go like this and go straight through there. Sometimes you make a big old loop around. It's a pretty cool idea. This is the best capture the flag map there is. No doubt in my mind. So on to the next one. We're going to Stecky Speedway. I mean, it's a good map, don't get me wrong. Today I got a goosey smash on this map. It's honest, the elevation changes. The only thing is, there's some weird transitions right here, and on the other ramp like this on the other side of there. And over there too. Sometimes I get messed up shots that don't go exactly how I planned because of the transitions. But I like the whole fact you could cut through right here. You don't have to go all the way down and around there. You just hop over that wall, that little arch, and go over the wall. And then you could drop down right there too. It would be nice if you got a way to get on this arch. But honestly, it is a great map. You could come right around right here, like that, and then you could go over there. There's that little spot, which is a little bit of safety, and those trees kind of help you or hurt you. You could get trick shots, like going right here with a nuke and splash damage over there. Then all underneath, you could hit them with the oldest trick in the book. And I think, actually, it was one of these trees, right? I think it was one of these trees that Mole got on. Which is a pretty cool thing to say. So on to the next one. We are going to put in... This one might offend some people. It is Space Station. I mean, it's a good map, but once again, it's laggy. It's a laggy map. The boosters are a cool feature when they work. You hit this booster wrong, and you come and you hit that wall, and then you have to go around again, which is kind of wasting time. And then I've seen people farm right here, like that. And there's a lot of parkour opportunities, which is something I like about this map. There's so many parkour opportunities. One time I got on these. Another time I got on those pipes over there. I was riding this wall right here. Another time I got behind the big beaker over there, or whatever it's called. I got on those little bumpers on this side, over here. And the ones on the back too. And sometimes it's funny just to parkour there and watch people wonder how to get you. They're just like, how did you do that? And I want to do that too. And then there's that little tank. That tank back here underneath, which you could get onto. That is like my go-to for if space station is out. That is like my go-to spot for complete a single player round without being smashed. I mean, you could just come around here or try farming up there, but it doesn't truly work because this is a less visited area back there where that little tube is. And too many people know about that cylinder, whatever it is, up back here. Too many people know how to get up there. It's pretty simple, too. But that's why I don't really choose this as my top. Skate park is the next one. Skate park has so many trick shot opportunities. It's incredible the amount of stuff you could do on skate park. You could hit them with the oldest trick in the book under the bridge right here, or that little jump over there. One thing I don't like about it is the stairs. Those stairs are a little wonky. I mean, if you're chasing somebody, they're closer to the arch, like you turn right there, but you have to go around. It's kind of time wasting, which is something I don't like, because you can't shoot on the stairs unless you get super lucky or you figured out exactly where the stair shots go. I mean, there's a lot of elevation changes, so many trick shot opportunities. You could trick shot from right here, down there, over there, around here, on there, over there, over there, then hop down, go all over the place. There's just a lot of trick shot opportunities. So, next on the list is we are down to the top 3, I think. Right? 4. We're down to the top 4. So, I have to do it, but snow park. I love snow park, especially the mountain. You climb that mountain, it's very entertaining. I've done it a couple of times myself. I've gotten decently good at it. I still need to go back. I might be a little bit rusty at this point, because I haven't done it in quite a while. But actually, me and Dopey might be making videos on doing that, climbing the mountain. It might be a pretty long video, but still. And then there's trick shots opportunities. You could hit them with the oldest trick in the book in a couple of places, not very many. You have to get kind of lucky. Like if somebody's super low and they're hopping right here, and you have that underneath the tunnel, yeah, you'll get someone. Or the tunnel on the other side. You could hop on the signs. You could just go on the fences and everything. And then there's some. One time I shot from right here, and somebody was taking that jump booster. That I went with a nuke. Boom! Right on him too. That was spectacular. That was actually during a 1v1. It was a spectacular shot. Honestly, it's such a fun map to play on. Like, it's good for hat holder. It's good for free-for-alls. Honestly, they could probably make a capture the flag out of this somehow. They probably would be able to. I mean, yeah, not all capture the flags have to be identical. Am I right? We need one that's just not identical on both sides, but doesn't have a better side to it. But you could make a capture the flag out of it. It's good for hat holder, fun for gem collector, gives you a little bit of a challenge for gem collector. And we need to add a new gang mode for this, because if you've been in any of Josh SK's streams or seen any of them, you'll play a game known as King of the Hill. And that's where you hop on an iceberg over here, or you hop on an iceberg back on this side, and whoever stays on the iceberg the longest wins. You could set it to a similar thing to a hat holder, like whoever could stay on the iceberg for 1 minute wins. honestly, that would be a cool thing to see on Sticky Speedway too. Would like on the arch, but it would be a little bit crowded and a little bit harder. So Snow Park is a great map. It's the jack of all trades. Trick shots, you got it. Hat holder, you got it. Gem collector, you got it. Just free for all games, you got it. Parkour, you got it. This is like the parkour map, the go-to parkour map. It is a very, very fun map. And then there's even new game modes that could come with it. Devs, I want to see a King of the Hill dev mode. King of the Hill game mode. Like, you stay on right here, or you come on one of these little platforms in Sky Arena Showdown, or even on the little frisbee in Sky Arena Pinball. There's so many maps you could do that game mode in. It's honestly something that would be very fun and exciting to see a game mode like that. I would like to see that. So on to Smash Fort. Smash Fort is an original map. I mean, one time I got 16 kills on here. I actually got, I think, 2 out of the 4 Goosey Smashes I've ever gotten. And all of them have been pretty recent. 2 of them have been here. And one of them was on Sticky Speedway today, October 21st. And that was, and then one more I think on Smash Island. Like, I had invincibility, everybody came running into me. And I think that was the only other time. Actually, no, I got it 5 times because I got it once on Sky Arena Pinball too. But this one's fun. Trick shot opportunities. You could ride these rails all the way up if you got enough skill. A lot of fun. Very much fun. Okay. That was number 3. Now number 2 is the gravel pit. There's some trick shot spots that nobody really knows about. They're kind of undiscovered, semi-known about. Undiscovered, it's just kind of. So I like to use those. The elevation changes are great. One thing I did wish they did was bring back the dumpsters from the old game and put them over here and all that. That would be nice, instead of just these bricks. And another cool thing would be if you could get on the dumpsters, or even just hide inside of them. Like, say there's a little entrance and exit. You could get these big old set of dumpsters and just connect them on both sides, and you could have like a little, could be like a little showdown spot too. Or even if you could just get on top of one and, you know, hop inside and go out to the inside of them. That would be cool. One thing I would like to see. The little ramps, the little track, everything about this. It's a very good map. You could get on these spools right here. You could go and hop on the boxes over there. There's parkour opportunities, many of them. And then that shipping container is a nice spot. Like, if no one knows how to use, if you're playing against someone that doesn't know how to use splash damage and you go in there, they won't be able to get you. And finally, the best of all, Slick and Slide. This is the best map. You got it all. Parkour, climb the slide, hop on the wall. You could go on this little island over here. There's so much to do on it. Hit them with the oldest trick in the book. Under the bridges. Over here on the diving board. Under the slide. You could trick shot from the slide. Free-for-all game. Team games. Gem collectors. There's so much to do with this map. And it's so much fun. And it's one of the... I think... Since it was one of the first maps, you get that nostalgia feeling from the old game. But you still get that kick from all these new things like trick shots, thanks to Ray Day, the parkour, thanks to Mole. There's so much you could do with it. And it's honestly, it's good for 1v1s, it's good for free-for-alls, good for team games, gem collect. Like I said, it's good for almost everything. Sorry, this video is a little bit out of order. If you liked it, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please let me know and tell me if you want me to do one on what I think the creative design is. But that will be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.